what I can explain will bore you to death, but the reality is that there is an existing set of obligations on N.P.Os that are laid out in the Money Laundering and Terrorism Prevention Act that are at the same level of banks and financial institutions. So they actually have very onerous obligations on them right now that are not being complied with, in large part not being complied with by many N.P.Os. The reality is when those amendments or laws were being put in place, they were very reactive and were in effect a patch-up job, and that was being done way back when the third round peer review was going on. At this point in time, what's important in the peer review coming up is two things, not one. In the past, it used to be on technical compliance. Now it is on both technical compliance and effectiveness in enforcement. So if people are being non-compliant, that will reflect very badly on us, on the country. And we expose ourselves, we jeopardize our rating and expose ourselves to being blacklisted. So the N.P.O bill in reality is an effort to establish a more customized mechanism for MLTPA purposes for N.P.Os. It actually brings down the obligations. It reduces the level of AML obligations and compliance obligations that N.P.Os are need to adhere to, but at the same time meets the FATF recommendations. So it actually is beneficial for the N.P.Os. What I understand was a difficulty is there was a working group established in March of last year, not March of this year, March of last year, in which N.P.Os were participating in and have participated in for roughly a year. What the issue appears to be is that the bill itself, so these consultations or working group involved N.P.Os and representatives of N.P.Os over the past year. What I understand did not occur was that the FIU in those working group and otherwise never showed the bill when it was finalized. But as far as I understand, the bill was being formulated over the past couple months and only was completed a few weeks ago. So yes, there's a tight timeline that we have to meet because we have to have all these technical compliant issues, including the N.P.O bill, in place by no later than May. So there's a tight timeline, and unfortunately, the FIU did not have the time or the opportunity to have a full disclosure on the bill itself. But it was tight for us as cabinet as well, So it's a process that has been truncated, and we have to try and get it done before May.